Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the Boy Geeks Girl channel. My name is Michael and I am here today to review Warcraft. In some countries, the beginning. In other countries, just Warcraft. So, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on me personally and how this review is going to kind of be from my point of view. I have played Blizzard games for the last 15 to 20 odd years, starting off with, of course, Warcraft, Orcs vs Humans, and then moving on to StarCraft, and then moving back to Warcraft 2, and then the Frozen Throne, and then Warcraft 3, and blah 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 blah, and then on to World of Warcraft about 10 years ago. 8 years ago, sorry. So I have had my subscription for World of Warcraft. It has lapsed a couple of times, but in general I have had my subscription for World of Warcraft for about 7 years. Now, you could class me as a Blizzard fanboy. As you can see from the following pictures, I have the Overwatch game, I have the Overwatch recruitment kit, I have Arthas in a pop vinyl figure, I have StarCraft, I have Hearthstone, I have every single disc expansion of World of Warcraft, including 2 collector's editions, soon to be 3 with Legion. So this is the kind of person you are dealing with, is a Blizzard fanboy. Now, I wanted to put that there at the very start so that you guys know that I love Blizzard. But let's get on to the guts of the matter. We're going to start off very simply with the story. The story is very simple. The orcs are invading Azeroth, which is a mystical world where the humans live. The humans are scared out of their wits, and they basically don't know what to do with these big green/brown orcs who are trying to find a new home, but are being led by an evil leader, and it's very clear that he's evil, named Gul'dan, to destroy the world of men. Now, the storyline takes it in a place where there are the 2 different factions. You have the orcs, you have the humans. You see both sides, you see the best in both, and you see the worst in both. So that's where the storyline is coming from. The storyline itself is taken from 2 main books. It's taken from the Last Guardian book, and it's taken from the Rise of the Horde book. So it's taken its kind of storyline from multiple sources, and obviously it is a movie about a video game. It's going to have to change some of that lore and some of that story to fit in with a big screen epic movie storytelling kind of way. And from my part, the storyline is very strong. It is extremely strong. It is one of the most remembered stories of the World of Warcraft franchise and the Warcraft franchise, and it's very simply a very good piece of introductory storytelling. It's an introduction. This is a movie which is very much leaning towards, please give us a sequel, please give us a 3rd movie so we can tell you the best possible story. You can see that from the outset. It is going to be tailored towards that. It's not the golden compass. It doesn't finish like mid story, but it definitely makes you want to see what happens to individuals and characters and where they progress and how it progresses. Definitely does. So on the story aspect, I can't really fault it. It's very strong, very good, very interesting, and you want to see how these characters are able to resolve or not resolve the situations that they are in. Now, I'm going to take this as being very clear cut on whether I like that character or whether I like the actor or whether I thought the actor did a very good job. Now you could say the 2 main characters are, for the orc side, is Duratan. He is the chieftain of his clan, which is the Frostwolf clan, and he is portrayed by Toby Farrell. I'm not quite sure on his name. It'll probably appear down here, but it's amazing. Like, no word of a lie, there's like there's a 10-second shot at the very, very beginning of the movie of just the CGI orc's face. And with a lot of CGI, like Avatar and stuff like that, there was very much a soullessness to the characters, and the eyes definitely portrayed that with a lot of them, was that there was no soul behind it. With that one shot, it set you up as being, wow. You almost could reach out and grasp it and touch and caress the face. Everything about it was beautiful. His character alone made you feel so much for the orcs and their storyline and everything else. But that's what Durotan has done in Warcraft, in the books and everything else. He is a very strong character. He is a very knowledgeable character, and he is a very honourable character. So his storyline is extremely strong and it's very interesting. So, like, hats off. That character, his character alone, Durotan's character, is amazing. We move on then to the human side, and you have Anduin Lothar, who is portrayed by Travis Fennell, who most people will probably know Travis Fennell as King Ragnar from the Viking series on the History Channel and on various other things. Not as much. There are comedic moments in it, and he does get some of them. But in general, I think him as a character, and from what I remember as Anduin Lothar, who is basically the #1 paladin in the world, who is all holy, is all about justice, and is all about the light, which is the spiritual essence in the human world, in World of Warcraft. None of that was portrayed. None of it. And I think that was the main part that really annoyed me. That the character that I know that is Anduin Lothar isn't the character that's on the screen. It's a shame, because Lothar is an amazing character, and it is just a shame that they couldn't bring that in. Rob Kaczynski does a fantastic job as Ogre Doomhammer. Like, either the motion capture or his line delivery or whatever it was is on point, like 100%. He's fantastic. Then you have King Lillian, who is Dominic Cooper. Not so much. I like Dominic Cooper. I think he's a great actor and everything else. And there was certain parts in it that I was like, really is like, yeah, okay, you're giving it now, but like in other parts it was like, are you holding back? Are you afraid to deliver the lines in with gusto and passion, or what? His wife, Queen Leela, something like that. She is fantastic. Portrayed by Ruth Negga, who is an Irish actress, and she is out and out, like, such a character in her own right. And I actually firmly believe that she was a better character than King Lillian's Dominic Cooper character, which is a shame, because his character has more to do, but she is far better. Then you have Ben Foster as Medivh, who is the guardian of Azeroth, who is like this all-powerful mage character. I think that Ben Foster himself, at the beginning of the movie, wasn't great. By the end of the movie, he really got into the role, got into the character of who Medivh is and everything else, and it's really, he takes that on board, and it's very hard to ascertain his motives. That's really good, so it is, and it's really interesting, and he's an interesting character, but I think that he's underdeveloped. I think there's a lot more that they could do with Medivh, and I think that there's a lot that he can explain about Medivh, and I think that is the issue with his character, is that they didn't explain his character or his powers or what is happening to him or what has happened to him enough. It's me as a Warcraft player, a World of Warcraft player, and a reader of the books. I know what has happened and is happening and will happen to Medivh. So for me, it's very clear cut. But for a general audience who is watching this movie, I don't think that they get exactly what has and will happen to him. And that's a shame, because his character alone is the solidifying block for the humans. We move on then to Garona, who's portrayed by Paula Patton. And a lot of people have issue with Garona and her tusks and everything else. And I don't, because she speaks like how an orc speaks. And she does very well at portraying her lines, and she's a very good actress, and she's very interesting, and her character alone is very, very good. She falls flat in some ways, and that's okay. But in general, I think she delivered a very strong, from slave to warrior performance. But finally, on the orc side, you have Gul'dan. Now, Gul'dan is... he's an ass. He is. He's a horrible person. He's a horrible orc. He does atrocities to men, women and children. And in general, he is portrayed like that. Very strong character, very interesting to see his motives and what is actually going on with him and what is possibly going on in the background. His character is brilliant, but I don't think it's fully portrayed just what is again happening with him. And I think again another movie could easily address that with a couple of lines. And then you have Black Ant, who is another high level orc chieftain portrayed by Clancy Brown, and he is fantastic. Again, fantastic, great character, great storytelling, great interesting belief system and portrayal and delivery of lines and everything else is on point, really, really good. And that's where my issue lies, is that the orc storyline is so strong, so on point, tells it from their point of view extremely well, shows the good, shows the bad in both. Brilliant. Brilliant acting, brilliant delivery, brilliant CGI, absolutely on point. You move over to the humans and it's different. The acting, for one reason or another, is not as strong. Maybe it's the script for the humans is not as strong. It's not as clear cut in the movie who are the good, who's the good humans, who's the bad humans. Whereas there is that dynamic with the orcs, and that's what lets the movie down. Is that the orcs have such a better clear cut storyline of who's who, who's good, who's bad, who's not sure of who's blah 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 blah. Whereas the humans don't. Everyone's just like, oh my god, we have to defend, we have to help, we have to la la la, we have to do this and we have to do this. And that's what it needed. The humans were in ways too nice, and it needed someone to be there to go, no, let's murder them all. But in general, it's a very good movie. It's a very good movie. I have issues with it in a storytelling kind of way, and this is separate than in Warcraft alone, but I have issues with the way that the humans are portrayed compared to the way the orcs are portrayed. And that's the part of this movie that lets it down for me, is the humans aren't given enough and the orcs are given the right amount. You know, I think at the end of the day, this is a beginning spoke in a big wheel. And I think that given the time, given the energy, given the influence and money and everything else, I honestly believe that this could be a 3-movie series and be a fantastic story. Like, there is a fantastic story there already. You've already laid the groundwork, and this is the thing. This is a laying the groundwork movie. And what they progress on to from here is even more interesting and heartbreaking and disgusting and horrible, but brilliant and amazing at the same time. So, I would urge you to go and make up your own mind about the Warcraft movie. It is in theatres in America and worldwide from June 10th. It is already released in the UK and Ireland and in most European and Eastern European countries. So if it is in a theatre near you, definitely go in and see it. It is worth watching because it is a worthy movie of your money. So definitely, if I leave you with anything, go and watch it, make up your own mind. I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been the first review on the channel, hopefully not the last. You can watch our vlog channel, you can watch my Blizzard Irish gaming channel, which will show you how much of a fanboy I am, that I have my own Blizzard gaming channel. And you can check out all of our other things that we do, including our blog and everything else, in the links down below. If you want to leave a comment on this video, I would love to hear your feedback on if you have or have not seen the movie or what you think about it. You can leave that all down below, and we shall see you all again. Goodbye, guys.